Miriam the prophet. Prophecy is both words spoken and action taken on behalf of the God of Israel. Now, Exodus begins with the refusal of the women to cooperate with death and oppression. And before Moses takes center stage, his story is one of midwives, a mother, and daughters. It's his unnamed sister who follows her little brother in his perilous journey down the Nile and suggests to Pharaoh's daughter a Hebrew nurse for the foundling, and this unites mother and child. Now, Miriam reappears with the victory song at the Yam Suf, the Reed Sea, and the song at the sea is attributed to the more famous Moses, whom earlier on we heard was slow of speech and needed Aaron as his spokesperson, as his prophet. But scholarly opinion would hold that more than the chorus is Miriam's composition. Miriam the prophet took a tambourine. I will sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. Horse and rider he is thrown into the sea. Miriam played a major role in the wilderness as a mediator, an interpreter of God's action and word. Now, a final story in the wilderness tells of a conflict that broke out over prophetic authority. Now, while it began with Moses' Cushite wife, it developed into a hierarchy of leadership with Moses at the top. And that's with God's approval. Now, God is portrayed as being angry with Miriam, and she's the one punished and is exiled from the camp. And for 7 days, she's covered with leprous scales that finally are healed. And with the people showing their loyalty to her, they would not set out on the journey or the march until Miriam returned. And after her death, Miriam's memory remained. The prophet Micah has God say, "For I brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you from the house of slavery. And I sent before you Moses, Aaron, and Miriam." And Jeremiah gives another memory of return from exile. "Again, I will build you, and you shall be built, O Virgin Israel. Again, you shall take your tambourines and go forth in the dance of the merrymakers." And that beautiful scene of taking the tambourines, going forth and dancing, is the beautiful artistic representation of Miriam in art.